Hi there traders, welcome to Elite Currency. My name is Chris. This video is all about the euro dollar and pound dollar. There were some bearish breakouts in fact yesterday. What can we expect today? Let's take a look. Alright, let's kick off with this euro dollar daily chart. Yesterday was a bearish candle, as you can see. Let's zoom in here all the way. And it did invalidate that last push that I was thinking might occur, but I wasn't too sure because we were, generally speaking, in this resistance zone, right? About 118 to 118.40. So that was indeed the turnaround, but from my perspective, the bulls will probably regain control after price completes a correction. So I think that this downside will be a part of a correction of a bigger bullish correction. Now, I might be wrong. It depends a little bit as well on how price will respond as it gets down into support zones, like for instance, the bottom of the 21 EMA here, and if we put a fib on this chart, the fib levels, right? Also, how strong is the bearish price action, when it occurs? Those are still open questions, but from my point of view, I think a bigger correction is likely, and I expect price to dip and then rise again back to resistance. For the moment, though, we had a bearish breakout. As you can see on the 4-hour chart, you can put trend lines like this, connect the dots, and you can see that we clearly broke out of that. Yesterday, we still had a little bit of indecision in the 21 EMA zone. I was looking for price to move away from that 21 EMA zone to trade it for one more upside, but it didn't, so I didn't trade it. It actually broke to the downside, as you can see, and I'm expecting one more push lower. I think that for the moment, this is looking like a break, so I'm looking for a pullback, and continuation I think is likely. Now, I do believe there are some news events, as always, that could change this perspective, but for the moment, what I'm looking for is A, B, C back down to, for instance, the weekly S1. That could be a bouncing spot, or if we put a fib from here to here, like this, other bouncing spot could be, well, the 61.8 fib would make a lot of sense indeed, together with that S1. But if it breaks below that, perhaps even down to the 78.6 fib. So that's what I'm expecting. Let's take a look now at the hourly chart. All right, there we go. And we're seeing some kind of bear flag at the moment. So let's put the fib on the breakout from here to here. And for instance, a bounce could occur at the weekly pivot point at 38.2 fib at the broken bottoms, maybe the 50 fib and the long-term moving average. Those are two likely candidates, I would say, for downside. But even the 61.8 fib is the golden ratio and is an often used fib as well. But I would say these two seem more likely to me at this moment. That ABC downside is invalidated if price breaks above this top. Also, if we see very strong momentum pushing up like this, I would not be looking for shorts anymore. I don't expect strong momentum like that to occur. If anything, I expect maybe price to move up a little bit, but there shouldn't be massive candles and they should be slowing down as price gets into this resistance zone. If there's any strong bullish candle that closes on this 1-hour chart above the 50 fib, above 117.11, I'm not looking for shorts anymore. I would actually be careful and cautious. It could still be bearish, but price action is definitely not confirming that. So I would sit on the sidelines and get more info before trading it. All right. And if it breaks above this, then the whole ABC is invalidated. And then we probably finished the ABC. In that case, we probably had ABC, ABC, and maybe an ABC like this, right? And there was a WXY pattern corrected. At the moment, I don't think that's most likely. I think we probably had an ABC, ABC, and we're probably seeing a new ABC. Therefore, I'm bearish, and therefore I'm looking for a turn, bearish price action, candlestick patterns around these fibs. Also, if price goes above the EMAs and below the EMAs and breaks back below these support trend lines like this, so specifically if it breaks these fractals, or if it breaks this support trend line like that, if the HMA is back down, if it breaks below the 21 EMA, things like that. Those are things I'm looking for a breakout to the downside. Bounce or breakout would confirm the wave B and the potential wave C. But any strong bullish candlestick that can close above this 50 fib, I'm on the sidelines and will be very careful. Now, if we do get this ABC, right, either if price goes back to these fibs or if it breaks immediately for a push lower, That's possible too. It doesn't have to go to those fibs. Then in that case, I think we are looking at a completed three-wave correction, and price might bounce somewhere in here for a new upside. All right. Now I'm not sure how far this bearish correction can last and can go. These fib targets and the S1 and S2 are likely candidates, I would say. These 3 levels, 4 levels. We'll have to see how price pushes. But if it stops anywhere around here, then I would say more upside is pretty likely. And we are going to see probably a bigger correction like this taking place. If there's a lot of momentum occurring on the market, right, and it really falls very steeply, and then we see a bear flag like this, then in that case, price might actually be making a pattern that could break through these bottoms. All right, and we have to be careful. So we'll update that over the weekend. We'll have a new video depending on what kind of price action we see in the next 2 days. If we see very strong momentum and a flag and a pattern and a break of that, yes, price might continue with that momentum. I don't want to rule out any bearish setups below S1 down to S2. That particular zone there there are potential bearish setups depending on the momentum we see on the 1-hour chart and 4-hour chart and the patterns we could see on 15 and 1-hour charts as well. All right, so in that case, I would like to see break, pullback, continue, basically. But for the moment, I think more interesting is break and pullback here down to this target, and I'm expecting a bounce at these fibs. All right, enough about the euro dollar. Pound dollar looking the same from this perspective in the sense that we're seeing a potential ABC correction as well, I think. Moving averages are very choppy. It's a mess. And that's because price is messy at the moment, right? Looking at the moving averages, price is not showing any particular direction. So I think that same like the euro dollar, I personally expect correction and then a bounce for a new bullish corrective swing. But if price really falls very strongly, then of course I'm open to continuations after flags, and then we might see a follow through and we might be in a downtrend. So I'm open to that. Of course, you got to be flexible and open to new price action information. But for the moment, it is downside, but limited, I think. And on the 1-hour chart, I think we're looking at a wave A. We're looking at a wave B here. And in wave B, there was a 3-wave correction, A, B, C. So this is wave A, this is wave B. And we're looking at a wave C, I think. And then within that wave C, there could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if that's the case, price should not go back above this bottom. And if we put a fib from here to here, for instance, then we would expect price to stop at the 38.50 fib if this is indeed a wave 4. Now, it might be not a wave 4. It could be, or a wave 4 of a different degree. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4. And the key level is maybe here for that wave 4, but that's something maybe on a 50-minute chart we can see a little bit better. Well, we could see maybe a wave 1 here, but it's very, very small right here, wave 1, 2. Difficult to say. But in any case, this is a resistance zone, as you can see, and we'd expect a turn and one more lower low. And that lower low could go, for instance, to the weekly S1, where I would expect a bullish bounce, as already indicated. If it breaks below the S1, we might see a continuation down to the S2. Otherwise, if it breaks above the expected resistance zone, then same like the euro dollar, gotta be careful, because in that case, this correction could be completed and we might be in a new bullish phase already, a little bit sooner than I would expect. But in that case, this could be up, this could be down, and we can be ready for a new upside. And we would be, in that case, if we get a break above the 21 EMA, I would, in certain circumstances, be looking for a trade to the upside, depending on price action and stuff, which is something that we communicate through our ECS Live channel. All right, but that's a bullish breakout that we could be trading because it is above the long-term moving average, and we might be in an uptrend at that point. So that's it for now. Happy to be here with you, and if you like this video, of course, would definitely appreciate any likes, subscribes, or shares. More free analysis you can find at elitecurrency.com. Also more info about ECS Live if you're interested. And above all, wish you all great trading. Cheers.